Alright, start of the new day on the 68. Catch up to where I am. I did take a day and I did some of the smaller brackets. You can see I cut out the wheelhouses the rest of the way. I started to mark where I need to cut out for the mini tub kit that's got to go in on both sides. Seat platforms are in, dash is in, trunk brackets are in, the trunk latch brackets in, just a bunch of that little stuff. And I figured out what I wanted to do on this front end for the Mustang Sapphire rad support and the tower panels. Just the way that it was off from where I want it to be. I talked to their guys. They couldn't really help me too much, but it's nothing that's any kind of problem. It just takes a little bit of thinking. So what I ended up doing was putting that bend in it that you can see. The factory apron or rad supports have a small bend in them at the bottom, just like that. And I needed to bend it that much because my top corners of the rad support were too high. So the front of my fenders are too high, which is throwing off my door gaps. So the whole front end of the car was up too high, about 3/4 of an inch. So I actually put that bend in it to get the bottom to come out so my new apron panels that they also make fit that correctly, because they wouldn't. And I shortened it to drop it down. So now all my measurements are where they need to be as far as the height, the distance out, say from the edge of the cowl out to the end. Put my fenders up there. My gaps are perfect after doing that. So that's what I needed to do to fix it. Simple, only took a little bit just to bend that up and fix it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this front end since I know what needs to be done. I started drilling the holes out so I can weld in these apron tops, and then I'm going to take the apron panels, put them in place, weld them up, so the entire front end will be welded, and then I'll probably try and go ahead and put in the fender mounting holes the whole way back, because these new apron panels don't come with any of them. So I'm going to do that also today, and if there's any time left in the end of the day, I'm going to start working on cutting out for those mini tubs in the back. So that's what I'm going to be doing, starting on this front end. So let's go. From those clips you can see front end is all welded together. I got the apron panels to fit great. Lined them up as nice as I could off that back edge. So there's minimal body work for it. The top side is recessed in, so it's pretty flush. There's going to be a little bit of filler work that they're going to have to do there, but that's how they come from Mustangs to Fear. These are Mustangs to Fear panels and rad support, but I got it to butt up like it should on the front side. So down the frame rail, I have it welded on the front and back side, just for extra strength on it, and have it all ground down so it's good to go inside the engine bay. Everything's done in there. I just have to do the holes on the top of the rails here, but I'm gonna wait until I put the hood on and then somewhat line it up with the fenders, just to double check and make sure before I put any holes in there where they are supposed to be. I'll put the fender on, mark it, take it back off and put the holes in. Most likely that's the way that I'm gonna do that front end. So next I'm gonna grind down the welds that I have on the back half of the car. You can see there from the dash, going up drip rails, the quarters, all that stuff on the back end. I'll grind them down so all that stuff's done, and then I'll finish by doing the wheelhouses. Then I'll grind down some of those welds, and then I'm going to primer and seam seal the joints so I can then 100% bolt the front end on, line everything up, and then this car will be done. So, and just to break down what I did for grinding, to take down big grinds or big welds, I use a flapper disc on this grinder tool, electric, because that takes it down the quickest. So I just kind of scuff over all of the welds to get them close to surface with that, just because it is the fastest that I've used to get it down. And then I'll take 2-inch green, I think they're 50 grit grinding discs, they're from 3M. I'll use that then to get it real close to surface, flush so you can barely even see the weld anymore, and then I'll go back and hit it with the 2-inch, I call it a cookie wheel. It's just like a Scotch-Brite basically on the wheel, and that cleans it up real smooth. So you can see there, like on the top there, you can't really see where the welds are anymore. That's the goal in the end for that. So happy with how it turned out in the front end. Just had to make those few changes to make it exactly how I wanted it, but it is coming together. And with that front end done, that's going to be it for this video. So thanks for watching. I'll put up the next one. I don't know if I'll be doing the wheelhouses in it, or where I'll exactly be, but we'll be back on it here in the next couple days. So we'll see you in that video.